Hey, what do you say? Sliding on into Christmas week. My name is Tommy Paradise.
It's showtime, folks, and happy holidays to you.
That's right.
Hopefully everything's all right.
Getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah, man. But hey, and I know sometimes the holidays can be tough on, sometimes it's not such a happy time for some people. And hopefully
Right.
we can, give you a little while to sit back, relax, don't let it get you down, man. It's all right.
Right. So hopefully you guys are having a good holiday. The Running podcast is brought to you by Figure Collections. You guys know over at shop.figurecollections.com. You can save 10%. Everybody's loving that Dynamite Kid Uncensored. You can grab that. Limited quantities available of the Al Snow Wrestling Megastars. That's the retro that is up there. So make sure you grab that. Shop.figurecollections.com. Use the code RUN10. Get yourself 10% off anything on that site. You got your shopping done, DJ?
Oh, I'm all done. I'm all done. Nobody's getting nothing else.
As we record this, I'd say 85% done. I've still got a few things I got to go out and grab. I got to take care of Grandma. Grandma's gift I haven't gotten yet. She's easy, though. She's like just a gift card. And a couple things for my old man that I haven't grabbed yet. So almost there. Almost done. So, yeah. And then I'm so excited for some NFL football on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
That's going to be pretty good.
We've talked about it before. I'm not a huge basketball guy. I'll watch it on Christmas Day, but like I would much rather watch some NFL action on the holidays because you're just sitting eating. It's like football is the perfect food or the perfect sport to do that with. To just sit there, eat, enjoy, and watch, drink, do whatever you're doing, and enjoy the football games. So Pat's playing Saturday.
Because one thing because football, for better or for worse, is it's not as fluid as like say soccer and basketball because it's officially going.
Yep.
So but football, like there's play happens, tackle. You got time for like 3-4 replays before the next play happens.
Right.
So like you said, you can eat, you can, you can go back and forth to the table, you can, open a gift and you don't miss anything.
You got that coquito ready for Christmas Eve night with the lady?
Oh man, that Christmas Eve, we partying. We're gonna like for all the shout out to all the Mexican listeners. In fact, like I saw on our thing that we're ranked in Mexico. So
I didn't even see that. Very nice. Very nice. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it might be a little bit of a short show this week just because we got there wasn't a whole lot going on in the world of wrestling, and we are recording a little bit early so that we can enjoy the holidays. But and we're going to announce the 2022 nominees of the Runnies. The second annual Runnies are coming to you next week. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. But first, let's do In the Ring. In the Ring is brought to you by Buy, Sell, Trade Toys over on Instagram. Use the code RUN10, get 10% off at checkout. So the big news last week was Mandy Rose getting the boot from WWE because of them pictures and videos. Yep. She said, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going to raise the price from $25 to $45. And her agent confirmed that in the less than a week since this all went down, she has made $500,000.
I believe it.
She don't need WWE or NXT. God damn. 500,000 in less than a week. Good for her. Good for her. You think she's going to get back in the ring? Like you think she's going to bust her ass, no pun intended. Bust her ass, not get busted in her ass. For less than that, like for the money that she's making, she doesn't have to really do anything. She doesn't have to take bumps. I mean, there's a lot of jokes here, but I'm going to try to keep a straight face and keep it serious. She doesn't have to take bumps. She doesn't have to get in the ring. She doesn't have to do.
She doesn't have to take chair shots.
Yes. Like it's just, man. If that's me, I'm set, man. I'm living the life during the day, and then I'm saying, "Hey, Tino," because I think that's her fiance's name, Sabatino, whatever.
Right.
Let's take a couple pics. Here we go. You're just doing what you're normally doing,
right,
in a relationship until you get married, and then you are just taking pictures of it and putting up there for everyone to see, and everyone's already seen them,
and they're buying
and you're getting paid for it, right?
Yep.
No brainer. I said it last week, man. Ladies have it so easy. The ladies have it so easy because all they have to do is show some nip, and they're getting paid, or feet, and they're getting paid.
Take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I believe it. I do believe all of those numbers. Because, like I said, the Catch Me Outside girl, as soon as she turned 18, and like the second she turned 18, she made a OnlyFans and got $1 million that day.
Yeah, that was sketchy as hell.
So it's
like,
just
when
like
were those pictures taken,
right? When and guys waiting, like that tells me that guys were waiting. So and hey,
good for Mandy Rose.
Yeah, good for Mandy Rose. Guys who have that kind of extra income to spend $45 a month.
It's like, I get it. I get the idea of like paying for that, but in 2022, fellas, if you're paying for that, you don't have to. I'm sure if you type in Mandy Rose on Pornhub, stuff will come up, or Reddit.
Yeah, because there's people that, like you're saying, that pay for it and then copy it to one of those sites. But hey,
and they leak it, and
so, but if you're into that, and that's, I'm not going to ever tell somebody how to spend their money. So
right. Because you got that Feet Finder subscription. Oh man,
you just like. One of these days, I need to kick your ass.
Not just me, man. Not just me.
Well, you started it. That's why you're getting that. Like, I don't even blame the rest of the guys. It's you. You did.
Oh this. Man. All right. Fair enough. Matt Riddle update. Apparently, there's rumors that he is not in rehab, and that he is just yeah. But there's people saying that he just needs time off because he's going through a divorce. And then today, actually, the earliest morning, there was like a bunch of stories coming out about him. Adult film star says Matt Riddle cheated on her to do drugs with another woman. Oh, she confirmed he is in rehab. Another woman comes forward with Matt Riddle cheating story. Matt Riddle accused of sexual abuse. Matt Riddle accused of cheating, drug use by ex-partner. These are all like, we're recording on Wednesday. These are all within the hour. These have all popped up.
Well, geez.
So who knows what is going on with Matt Riddle, man? Like, this is crazy because Matt Riddle, I didn't know a lot about Matt Riddle, to be honest with you, until he came to WWE or NXT. And I still obviously don't know a ton about him, but all this coming out, man, this guy had like the world as his oyster, if you will. And now like all these speculations coming out about him, like really makes you wonder. This guy's obviously got some demons and got to get things put together here.
Right. Yeah. If anything, I'm thinking the other drugs, like you're saying, need to take care of that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the accusation stuff gets murky. So that's one of those. Let's see, kind of let the legal proceedings take place if there are any before I speak on that, because like that can get I've seen it go both ways.
Right.
So, but yeah, he's, man, hopefully everything turns out like, you can come, we've seen worse,
right?
We've seen worse, and people come out and come back and they're able to have a full, happy life.
Yeah.
After coming back from this. So hopefully that's what we get here.
Absolutely. Wishing the best for Matt Riddle. Sasha Banks, we got an update on her. Apparently she is done with WWE for right now. So we were talking last week I was very adamant that I don't think she's done with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't, I was saying that as far as like right now.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think she's done with WWE. I think she's doing this New Japan thing. She might dabble in some other organizations, but I think in the end, when Sasha Banks' career is all said and done, she will be back in WWE. Like towards the back nine, maybe. Maybe she's gonna go do what she wants for a year or two. I think I said last week that like she's gonna like probably come back at the Royal Rumble. But she's gonna do this New Japan thing. There's rumors about AEW. I'm still not. I will believe that when I see it. I'm not going to buy into the AEW rumors. I just think she's got a lot of other stuff she wants to do: Hollywood, fashion, wrestle in New Japan. Maybe cross some things off the bucket list, and then maybe she'll be back in WWE.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Like you said, like from just reports and from quote friends, like she wants to be the female Rock, right?
Yep.
So she so she's already done that in the ring, multiple time champion and all that. And now the Hollywood part where like she actually did a great job on the Mandalorian.
Yep.
But it's just like, I mean, it's like the old saying, like it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it's kind of like the same thing here with, okay, if you wanted to leave, cool, like, but it's the way you do it. And, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, like
Yep.
the way that she's done this. Like, if you're not happy with the way the writing was or whatever, it's almost like the way it sounds so far. Like, so again, we don't, just hearing from what I've heard, like what most of the audience has heard. It almost sounds like a Bret Hart kind of thing where like, where Bret Hart, I feel like he got too caught up into being the world champ. Like I think he really felt like he was like for real the world champion. Like, so and he couldn't well, I'm not losing to Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
But I'm leaving. It's like, wait, you can't have both, so and that's the way I felt like with this Sasha Banks thing or yeah. So that, I don't want to do this with I know this is the way it's written, but I don't want to do this with the tag team titles and got Naomi to join in with her. And then where did that leave Naomi? Like Naomi is not the talent that Sasha is.
No, nobody wants her.
So
Unfortunately,
so it's like, so that was almost kind of selfish on that part. Like she, we saw her try to take her around with meet and greets where you had to be 6 feet away from them to take pictures. But that didn't do anything for Naomi.
Right.
So, so just it's the way, like, I understand, like, I understand the frustration, especially at the time, the writing was not good. But to do it that way was just, just being unprofessional here.
Yeah, she did, and she did it before where she threw the fit. Was it after WrestleMania a couple years ago? And just disappeared for a couple years, and then not a couple years, couple months, couple weeks, and they were able to, reconcile things. So I don't know, man. She seems like she's got a lot of baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like she thinks her shit don't stink. It seems like a lot of fans too are like over this shit of her, just like, I'm done for now. I'm gonna go do this, and like because she did it before, she left, and now she's back, and it's like, all right, well, what are you like? Nobody's got a problem with you leaving. It's the way you're leaving. Kind of exactly what you said.
Yeah, because it's like, how do you even get into the character? It's like, okay, here we go. We got tag team champions, and they were even winning, and and then all of a sudden, we don't like what's gonna happen, so we're gonna go. Wait, what? So how do I get into this character? How do you know that you were gonna lose these titles to whoever, and that was gonna be it? Like that was gonna be the end of everything. How do you, like? There's rematches. There's things that can happen after that. What if you lost the tag team titles to get back into the women's title hunt? Like, I mean, so yeah. So it just, hopefully she figures it out, like you said. Like, I'll just say that. I don't like, even if she went to AEW, like I think we talked about this before. I don't know that helps. I still don't know if that helps that women's division all that much or their ratings.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm sure it'll move the needle a little bit, but I don't think it will be like like I don't think it'll move the needle a little bit, but I don't think it will be a huge impact.
No, it'll be just like the rest of them, where everybody will tune in for that first couple of weeks just to see man. You're seeing this person that was in WWE all this time in another ring,
Yep.
and then it wears off, and then even Tony Khan doesn't even use them all that much.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Or like this is kind of getting off topic here. We were talking about this a little bit in our group chat, where they're using Renee Young or Renee Paquette, whatever you want to call her these days, and they're using her as a backstage correspondent, which is fine, but you got to use her in some other role as well. I listened to her podcast with Brian Myers from Major Brothers, and she killed it. She is a very entertaining listen. I think Phil said it, where like she leaves you wanting more, and that's what you want. Like they got to do like a YouTube show with her or something they need to do where she is more than just a backstage interviewer.
Well, I think there's a couple of guys on the commentary desk that you can probably trade, like you can put backstage and have her sit there with them.
That's true. If she's into that. I remember when it went down with WWE, she came out afterwards saying like she did not love doing that job, but it could be, in full what's the word I'm looking for? Disclosure, I guess. Like that could have been a WWE thing where WWE was just too much because Vince is yelling in your ear while you're trying to broadcast. Like that's a tough job.
Right.
So it could have just been that, but who knows? But yeah, man, she's great.
Something more. I agree though. Something more like a talk show, or like I know Phil doesn't like talk shows in the middle of of the weekly show, but there's something to that. Like, because why is it that like we had one of the best episodes of Raw just this week? Like that was one of the best episodes of Raw. It had everything. It had a talk show. It had people coming out doing promos, and then you had wrestling, right? You had the actual matches. So there's something to there is something to that. I know there's two ways of thinking. Like I know there's some that think that you don't need build up and you don't need all this and that. You just throw people that like work great in the ring and then that's it. And it's like, yeah, but then you get 800,000 viewers every week when you do that. Whereas this is going to be 1 million something, if not 2. So there's something to that. Like she should be more in the action or, in the setting up storylines and everything, because she does have it. She has it.
She does. She does. They've got a podcast where she's on, or that I think what's her name there, Aubrey Edwards host it. I listened to it after I've only listened to it once. I've listened to it when they had Luke Harper's widow on after he passed away, and Aubrey Edwards hosts it, and it like that's a perfect spot for Renee Young. Have her do that. But
that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. Her, because Aubrey, bless her heart, but I think she could use somebody in there with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the referee that quote doesn't look for attention.
Yeah. All right, back on topic here. A couple things to talk about in the world of WWE this week. Uncle Howdie actually came out. Who do you think Uncle Howdie is?
My guess right now is that it's Bo.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like somebody asked me that, and I'm like, it's hard to think of who like is on the current roster that it could be, or somebody in NXT or whatever. And then I'm thinking a little bit more, and I'm like, you know what? It's Bo Dallas. It's got to be Bo Dallas.
And seeing they're like, knowing Triple H, Triple H is with the the traditional kayfabe. So he wouldn't have Bo, don't put him on the roster yet. Don't put his name on the roster. People don't need to know that yet. We'll show it when we want to show it.
Yep.
So I think it would behoove them that it's somebody that's not currently on the quote roster that you see when you go to WWE.com.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Is the Bray Wyatt stuff getting stale? Like, do you think the slow burn has been a little too slow?
Yeah, now it's time to got to get him in the ring now.
Yeah.
Need a match.
And against somebody other than LA Knight.
It could be like, I mean, I don't even care who, like, it could be local talent. At this point, people want to see him like now. Okay, let's see him in the ring.
Right.
Like, we already know he can do a promo, so we're good there. Okay, we get this, like, you gave us the intro that this character is going to be a little bit different. Like, it's going to be a little bit of mix of he's supernatural and not so, like, and he's kind of fighting with that in his head. We get out. I got it. Now it is a wrestling show and he's a wrestler. So we need to see him wrestle somebody. I don't even care who it is, but he needs to wrestle somebody.
Yep, absolutely. 100%. We also saw the return of Bronson Reed this week, which a few people, it seemed like, well, the fans, I should say, it seemed like were not super. I don't know if people in Idaho or Iowa, wherever it was, didn't know who Bronson Reed was. I don't know if people weren't excited that it was because, he's with The Miz. I don't know what the deal is. However,
he did not get the pop he deserved.
Yeah, he did not get the pop he deserved. I'm excited to see Bronson Reed back. He's a beast.
Yes.
And The Miz, every time The Miz has a little sidekick, it always ends up being good.
Oh, shout out to and I know your friend is going to love this part of the podcast, but yeah, you have to give, that is one thing you got to give The Miz credit for. Like you said, everybody that's ever been, like, think of all of the people that have been with The Miz, he pulls them up with him. Like, they're, it's funny. It's entertaining when he and whoever it is comes out. You can go all the way back to Mizdow. Like, I mean, so
Yep.
It's always some good stuff when he has a partner. So,
yep.
This is gonna be, I think this is gonna be right in line with that because Brunson, like you said, can do it.
Yep, absolutely. And then the only other thing I had for this week is just full disclosure, we're recording on a Wednesday and before Dynamite, but I had Hacksaw Jim Duggan, pro wrestling legend Jim Duggan, takes down Home Intruder. It was terrifying, he says. Let's see here. Let me pull the rest of the article up. I'll kind of skim through it. Hacksaw Jim Duggan needed to toss opponents out of the ring when he won the first ever Royal Rumble in WWE history in 1988. Hilarious. 34 years later, he applied the same skill to force an intruder out of his South Carolina home. Duggan, who is 68, and his wife were involved in a scary incident earlier this month when a random individual burst in their home, allegedly looking for help, and claimed there were people after him trying to kill him. Duggan, the WWE Hall of Famer, grabbed his gun and held the home invader at gunpoint until the authorities arrived to clear up what was going on. That's amazing. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I wonder if he got down in a 3-point stance like his finisher before he what are
you doing here?
Yeah, before he did it, before he ran at him.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Poor guy.
Saving the day. I know he's been through a lot too already. Like, he was fighting cancer earlier this year, so like then to have to go through this, man, like,
and the intruder. I kind of feel bad for the intruder, man. Like, all the houses. What are you doing here, tough guy?
I wonder if he's swinging the 2x4 at him like he used to do. Man,
on Tales of the Territories, like, that is like one of the territories they told about, like Hacksaw getting into bar fights and winning. Like, because you have to. Like,
I mean, he was a goofy character, obviously, in the world of wrestling, but he looks like a dude I would not mess with. Like, if I was dating a girl and I showed up and that was like, that's what her father looked like, I would not fuck around with it. Like, I would not want to mess around. Right. I would just be a total gentleman. But yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan taking down a home intruder. Good for him, man. Good for him. All right. Without further
WrestleCon,
I don't know yet. I don't know.
That's a good question. I might take a pic with him if he's at WrestleCon.
All right. So this year we're changing things up a little bit. Last year we did the Runnies, the 2021 Runnies. This year it's a second annual Runnies, but we're changing things up a little bit. We're letting For the most part, we're letting Phil and Nick decide on figure of the year, all that stuff. Peg warmer of the year. They cover figs more than we do. We're going to do this year's Runnies as straight up, for the most part, wrestling. We like match of the year, superstar of the year. We are going to put a few toy line questions in there, but nothing crazy. So what's going to happen? You guys go to runninpod.com right now. You guys can vote right on the website on match of the year, superstar of the year, female superstar of the year, tag team of the year, etc. Next week, we'll shut off the voting. We'll go through all the votes. Mike Lanham's going to join us for a prediction show. We'll go over our predictions we made last year to see if any of them came true. And then we'll announce all the winners of the Runnies. So we're putting the categories out there, but we're letting you guys pick the winners. So Let's go through our nominees here. Male superstar of the year. We've got Roman Reigns, MJF, John Moxley, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Gunther, Sheamus, Finn Balor, and then there is a spot for you guys to put other on all of these. So if you figure out somebody else or you have somebody else in mind, you can put them in. Female superstar of the year, and we'll give our picks next week.
Right.
Female superstar of the year, we got Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Britt Baker, Bayley, Jade, Thunder Rosa, Liv Morgan, Mickie James, Mandy Rose, and Cyrie, who is from Stardom. Tag team of the year, we got the Usos, FTR, Young Bucks, the Briscoes, Street Profits, RK Bro, and the Acclaimed. Match of the year, we've got Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes from Hell in a Cell, CM Punk versus MJF in the dog collar match, Brock versus Roman at SummerSlam, where Brock lifts the ring with a tractor, Liv versus Ronda at SummerSlam, where Liv wins the title for the first time, Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay at AEW Forbidden Door, Sheamus versus Gunther at WWE Clash of the Castle, FTR versus the Briscoes dog collar match at Ring of Honor Super Card of Honor, the Acclaim versus Keith Lee and Swerve at All Out, and the Usos versus the New Day at the Day One Premium Live event. Premium live event or pay-per-view of the year. I just listed the major ones from AEW and WWE. Storyline of the year, we got Bloodline, Happy Brock, MJF title chase, Ric Flair's last match or Forbidden Door. Return of the year, Cody to WWE, Bray to WWE, Paige to wrestling, Johnny Gargano, Bayley returning from injury, the Elite after their suspension, or Damage Control. Toy line of the year, we got a bunch listed there. It's Mattel Ultimate Edition, Elites, Superstars, AEW Unrivaled, AEW Unmatched, AEW Supreme, NECA Ninja Turtles, Star Wars Black Series, Mattel Creations, WWE exclusives, WWE Ringside exclusives, AEW Ringside exclusives, Hasbro Marvel Legends, and Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified. Independent toy line of the year, Zombie Sailor, Heels and Faces, Cella Wrestling, Megastar, their retros, Major Bendies, and Cella Uncensored. So lots to choose from, guys. Go ahead, make your picks over at runninpod.com. You'll see the image of the Runnies, and you'll be able to pick those as well. So I'm excited to see how you guys all pick and see what the results become for next year. Or next week, I mean. There's some good categories on there. Some good stuff on there. But I have a feeling I know who's going to win some of the categories, but I'm very interested in some of the others as well. So time to move into winners and losers of the week. My winner, man, we talked about her already a little bit. Mandy Rose. She's making $500,000 a week. How is she not a winner? And my loser of the week, oh, man, we talked about him a little bit last week. Top Dollar from the Wish version of Street Profits. He was on all over the bots, or not the bots, the botches, all over the botch pages this week because he tried to go over the top rope and he got a little short. And so I'm calling him Flop Dollar this week.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that loser. And I'm not that he's a loser, but I'm saying loser of the week.
You're trying to fight him too, it sounded like there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just loser for the week. Man, because that was bad. And I think he gave an excuse on one post, like, oh, something tightened up or whatever. then don't make the jump, bro. Like,
Right.
if you're not gonna make it, don't make the jump. Do something else. Go through. I'd rather you do one of those.
I'm never doing that
The
move.
suicida.
I am never doing that move unless I know I can do it. Like,
Right.
if I need to like practice that, do it like 15 times in a row with no errors. I understand shit happens here and there, but man, he just completely missed it. This is some AEW shit.
Well, when he does it like successfully, even if my memory serves correctly, like he barely makes it. Like
Right.
even when he does do that move, successfully. So all it takes, like, and I remember thinking, like, well, all it will take is if any little thing goes wrong when he does this, it's not going to go well. And then, sure enough, bam. So yeah, I think he might want to, get another, like maybe a suicida. Like maybe you might want to start practicing the suicida because yeah, I don't think he can keep doing that night in and night out.
Yeah. And then who are your winners and losers for this week?
So winner is, I'm liking I think we're seeing Asuka turn into Kana.
Yep. No makeup and
yeah, even on her posts, like you see her do the Kana makeup, and then and then she and then on TV comes out with she's no makeup, no smile. She's doing heel stuff. For those of you that have not seen Kana, she's crazy. Like it's like it's her homage to the Great Muta. So she goes in when she's this character. It's it's hard hitting, no mercy kind of a character. So I think people would like it. I think we've seen babyface Asuka enough. We love her, but we want to, in wrestling, you gotta change it up every now and then. I think this is a good time.
Gotta keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. And who's your loser of the week?
Tozawa.
Poor Tozawa.
Yeah,
he deserves so much better.
Yeah, he got in there and got housed by by Rhea Ripley. Not laying, Rhea Ripley is a big woman and very athletic and everything. So it's not that it's not believable, but it's just that the fact that you're on one of the one of the best episodes of Monday Night Raw and you got folded up like she likes to pin people. It'd be one thing if she barely won, but she did her finisher and rolled you up like everybody else. So
right,
I was like, ooh, okay.
Yep. And then for buy sell this week, you didn't have anything on here, but I got Kenny and the Elite leaving AEW. According to several sources, they're reporting that Kenny Omega will not be entering into a new contract with AEW after his current contract expires at the end of January 23. However, the Young Bucks are signed till 24. Would Kenny Omega consider jumping ship and leaving his Elite buddies behind? I am selling that he is leaving. I'm not buying that. He is one of the EVPs. I think he would probably go off and do some of his own stuff for a little bit, maybe like go back to New Japan for a little bit, but I think he's in AEW for life. I would not mind seeing him get it. I don't love Kenny Omega, but I feel like it would be great to see him in WWE, see what he does, but I don't think that's actually happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the reason I put the same story, because this is basically the biggest dirt sheet story of the week. There's not really anything that compares to this.
Nothing compares.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna sell, but like you said, it would be fun. It would just be fun to just see. I just want to see fanboys go crazy if he did go to WWE, because I mean, you saw some of them lose their mind just from
Cody.
So if freaking Kenny Omega went to WWE, that might break Twitter, and I'm sorry, I just want to watch this, if it happens.
Yep.
Because like you said, him as a character. So this is again, I say this about Kenny Omega. Yeah, he's got a great work rate. He's been in many a match that's just a good match. but he is in character. I mean, I don't like I'm not really a anime fan, so the theme music doesn't do anything for me, and I think he's dry as a cracker on for
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
a saltine cracker.
Oh, all right.
Not a slave cracker. Um, so, but yeah, he's just dry. He's dry on the mic. And so that might be an issue if he went to WWE. He might need he might have to be a Heyman guy or something.
I was gonna say they'd have to put somebody like Paul Heyman with him
because yeah, if you can't talk in WWE, you're in trouble. So. Yep. But so yeah, I sell, but it would be fun to watch if it did happen.
Absolutely. Here for it if it happens. And just like that, guys, we are headed over to pay some bills real quick, right quick. And then we'll be right back with some housekeeping. Some big news in housekeeping. Very big news. You're going to want to listen to this. Stick around. I got to pee real quick. Okay. That's the big news.
Right.
All right. Housekeeping is brought to you by Homage, the coolest t-shirts on earth. If you're listening to this a little bit early, make sure you check their site. They're doing a bunch of sales up until Christmas. And one of them is 10% off e-gift cards. So buy $100 gift card, you're saving $10. So you're getting it for $90. So make sure you do that. Hold on one second, DJ.
Yep.
All right, sorry, man.
No worries.
Wife is out shopping and FaceTiming me to see if we need anything. So.
They're all bread and water.
Brand new NFL tees up at Homage, NBA, TV and movies, WWE. They've got it all, man. MLB, all kinds of new arrivals. I actually haven't peeped the new arrivals myself in quite a bit, but USA Soccer. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Yeah, all kinds of stuff there now. All kinds of new stuff. New NFL Blitz shirts. So
Nice.
go check it out. And while you're there, you can use to get there, use our affiliate code, our affiliate link over on our website, runinpod.com, and then use the code RUNINPOD to save 15% on your first order. Big news out of the inner circle. Nikki Choke is now a dad. So we want to say congratulations to Nick and his fiance Zoe. Congratulations, guys. And they had a beautiful baby girl this week. So congratulations, guys. Giveaway this week. We had the British Bulldog Collector's Edition. The winner of that giveaway is Wrestling.figfan 2007. Shoot us a message to claim your prize. It's Wrestling.figfan 2007.
Nice.
Claim your prize because the Bret Hart from last week is still not claimed, which means if it's not claimed by next week, the Bret Hart, that is, it's going into the pile of giveaway stuff for Patreon. So Wrestling.figfan 2007. Grab your British Bulldog, shoot us a message, and we'll get that out to you. No giveaway this week. More giveaways coming though from Wrestling Collector Shop. They sent us are sending a whole new box of giveaways. If you guys have not already, make sure you sign up for the Patreon. $1, $5, and $10 tiers. $1 gets you into the Fig Cave Facebook group. It gets you on our Discord. It also gets you one entry into the monthly Patreon giveaway. Mid-Carter is $5. It gets you all that stuff, plus access to exclusive monthly watch-alongs, articles, and bonus content, a run-in sticker, 2 entries into the monthly Patreon giveaway, early access to episodes, video version of the show, ad-free content, and everything else. We do have some new patrons. I cannot forget to mention them. And then main eventer, that's $10 tier. That gets you everything we've already mentioned, plus your name on the website as a VIP supporter. Breaking news segments. You can sit on a live recording show once a month. We had Chad Miller in here watching us a little while ago. But you get a run-in magnet as well, and then 3 entries into the monthly Patreon giveaway and an exclusive discount code inside the Run-In Pod store, which is merch.runinpod.com. You guys can grab some shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. I actually got a shirt and a hoodie during the Black Friday sale, and I got it in this week, and man, they are fantastic. The hoodie is comfy AF.
Nice.
So make sure you guys grab that if you have and haven't. And we are working on some bonus content for Patreon. I know I say that almost every week, but we are. Johnny Gargano, Major Bendy, and King Woods Chase up for grabs this week, or this month, I should say, in the monthly Patreon giveaway. And of course, if anything goes unclaimed on our regular show giveaways, we throw that in there as well. So DJ did an unboxing for the Dynamite Kid. Chella Uncensored, that is up there. I did an unboxing the Al Snow Megastars. That's up there. Some more unboxings coming and more bonus content as well. And shout out to one new Patreon this week, $5 tier. He's a former member. He came back to us, Jeffrey Guyette. So congratulations, or thanks for joining, man. He jumped into that $5 tier. So brand new Run-In podcast sticker coming his way. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow along on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're on TikTok, make sure you follow us there. Dean Wireman, the Mean Dean social media machine, is on there every Friday at noon. And, of course, check out runinpod.com for everything else you need from us. And with that, I think that's everything, man. It is time for Falls Count Anywhere. Falls Count Anywhere is the part of the show where we talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. Figs, comics, movies, sports. It's brought to you all by Wrestling Collector Shop. Use the code RUN10 for 10% off any order, or spend $50 and get free shipping by using the code RUNIN. over at wrestlingcollectorshop.com. Also, just want to mention, if you're in the Patreon and you want some extra entries this week or this month for the giveaway, make sure you send us a screenshot of anything you've ordered from Wrestling Collector Shop in December. Each item you order will get you an extra entry. So I know Dougie Nunya, Patreon member, sent me an order he made with like 7 things in it. So he's got like 7 extra entries. This week, the updates from Wrestling Collector Shop, they've got Elite 99 with a couple pieces in low quantity, nearly sold out. So if there's anything from Elite 99 you want, make sure you jump on it. Elite 100 will be in stock in a few weeks, and so will the exclusive Chelsea Green Major Bendy, along with all their other new Major Bendies. So make sure you check out WrestlingCollectorShop.com. Always good stuff on their site, which brings us to some Fig Talk. We haven't done a lot of Fig Talk lately. We're leaving that to the experts, Phil and Nikki Choke. They basically have a whole podcast about figures, so we let them do all that. But there's some new Funko Pops coming. We got Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12. Bam Bigelow, only at Walmart, glows in the dark. Undertaker and Paul Bearer, a GameStop exclusive. It's a 2-pack with pin from WrestleMania 9. WrestleMania 3 from Target Con. It's going to be Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. That Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan and the Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels all come with a ring. And then there was a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and a Rhea Ripley shown as well. Any of those tickle your fancy?
Probably. I probably won't. That Shawn and Bret Hart though did tempt.
Yeah, that one's tempting. Very tempting. So is the Hogan and Andre
iconic moment. Yeah, because those are 2 iconic moments. I'm surprised they didn't do a Savage and Steamboat if you're gonna make a Steamboat.
That's a good point, actually. Maybe that's coming down the road, though.
Yeah.
My thing with Pops, I enjoy Pops for the most part. Like, I enjoy seeing them. My kid collects them. But at the same time, it's like the only time I really will buy them is if that's my only option at this point for that style of figure. So, like, for example, I have Cheers. There's no other Cheers figures. Right. There's no other Seinfeld figures. So that's what I have. And that's all I really need, to be honest with you. Like, I had the wrestling ones, and then when I did my purge, I got rid of a lot of them. I have a couple of the Ric Flairs. But I even sold like the big expensive, the 2K19 or 18 Ric Flair, because it was just like, I don't really need this. I have I have the one in the black robe with the Royal Rumble pin. That's all I need. So Then we saw some new WWE Elite reveals. We saw another render of Sami Zayn with the mousetrap from WrestleMania. And then we're getting Ultimate Edition Usos in a 2-pack, which is kind of funny because the Mattel guys were having a hard time figuring out which Uso was which during the stream. So, which I get. I have a hard time telling which one's which. But it looks like they're coming with both tag titles, 2 different heads on both of them, hat, chain, the flowers that go around their neck, and they're each getting 4 different hands. So our first tag team 2-pack of Ultimates.
Dope.
Are you getting them?
Yes.
Yeah. Hard. Usos, their figures are so hot. I think everybody is looking for that Elite 95 Uso right now.
Right.
I don't even know which one it is. I've seen it like being sold in groups for like $75. It's crazy.
Wow.
Because people want the Usos, and like they're like one person or 2 people obviously on the roster right now that don't get a lot of figs for some reason. So
right. And it's like, because most people, like, you want a complete bloodline on your shelf is basically what's happening, and you want it to match. Like, if I'm going to get the Usos, I want it to match.
Yep.
With titles.
Yep.
And so they're doing it all in one shot here, and that's what's great about this.
Yep. We also saw it looks like Elite 102. We're getting Commissioner Mick Foley. We are getting Edge in his Retribution. Not Retribution. His what the hell's the name of their group? Why can I not think of it?
Not Dark Order.
No, not Dark Order. Jesus, brain fart.
Yeah, me too.
It was the name of a pay-per-view. Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Jesus,
That's it.
people are yelling at their radios right now.
Judgment Day, damn it.
His Judgment Day gear. Rhea Ripley in her Judgment Day gear. Walter or Gunther, Sami Zayn, and then Austin Theory in his kind of Captain America style gear, and then all black gear as a chase, or one or the other. I don't know which one's the chase, if it's the all black or the Captain America style, but very cool. You grabbing any of those? Foley, Edge, Rhea, Theory, or I think that's it. Or
I'm
Gunther.
not sure. That's one of those.
Or Sami Zayn. That's in that group too.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in person. I think I'd rather I guess I'd like to wait for a Sami Zayn that's wearing a Bloodline shirt.
Yep.
But everybody else I'd like to see, like maybe because sometimes you'll see these figures and go, oh wait, this looks way better than the the rendering, and it does match what I'm trying to do. So
yep.
At this point, it's a I don't know, but
it's a TBD.
Yeah, I want to CBD. Let's see what they look like in actual package.
And then we got I think one that everybody's been kind of waiting for to come back, and Phil and Nick actually had Steve Ozer on their show last week and asked this question, and Steve said, as soon as we can, you guys will know. It's happening. Harley Race is coming back to the greatest hits line. King Harley Race. It looks like the same exact figure that nobody could get a couple years ago. Oh, no. And Blue Batista in all his blue gear
and the hat.
Yep.
That damn hat was what used to make me laugh about that whole thing. Yeah. Big muscle bound dude, and he's wearing a damn hat.
They call those scally caps up here. I'm not sure what they're.
I have I don't even know what they call. Like, I'll take that name. I have no idea what they call that hat.
A lot of people in Boston wear those hats. I think they're stupid, but that's just me.
That's why I laughed at it. Yeah. And he was doing it. I was like, this is great for this character because that's so funny.
And then we're getting an Ultimate Andre the Giant, 4 heads, a bunch of hands, soft goods shirt, apparently not pictured, and Seth Rollins. They're going to be Wave 17. I think I got to get this Andre.
I'll admit, Andre looked pretty good.
He does. He looks amazing.
And, there are a few Andre figures out there. We've even said before, like, it's kind of a, maybe because so many people have tried to make Andre figures and we're like, okay, Yep. Then this one is like, whoa, okay, this one's different. Some way this is different.
Yep. And this gear that they've got on Andre for this is like my Andre. It's not like the yellow tights or the afro.
The afro,
yeah. It's the singlet. It's like, this is WrestleMania 3 Andre. This is my Andre. WrestleMania 3, 4, down the road, before he got really sick and stuff like that. So then we also saw more images of the NWO retro pack. I'll be definitely grabbing those. Although I was thinking about this the other day, I'm like, they don't really go with any of the retros. Like, they're doing the legend retros for the most part, but it's like golden era. It's not like attitude era NWO. So I mean, I'm gonna get these because I'm an NWO mark. I'm a Hogan mark, so I will grab those for sure. But then we also saw a little preview, a little teaser of a Mick Foley with Tax in his back, and apparently it's going to be a ringside exclusive Defining Moments Mankind. So the Defining Moments line might be coming back. Maybe because it's a ringside exclusive, we get some blood.
Maybe.
But definitely some Tax on the back. It looks like that's all we saw was the render of the Tax on the back. I loved the Defining Moments line. I feel like they got away from them being actually moments, though, towards the end. Right. I mean, they kind of bullshitted their way of it being a moment, but for the most part, I feel like it wasn't really moments at the end. It was like that Nakamura one wasn't really, that was like more of his New Japan gear than anything else. Trying to think of some of the other ones. I know there was like the Ric Flair in his blue robe, like his last match, but the first Ric Flair in his black robe, it really was just a Ric Flair figure. It wasn't like any kind of special moment.
Right. No, they got to get back to the moments. because like you said, it has such potential.
Yeah.
Because most of us are wrestling fans because of some moment. Like there was a moment that made you a wrestling fan, and that's gonna sell. Like if you get those moments down, then you're gonna sell some figures because like, oh yeah, I remember that. Let me get this.
Yep.
I've been
Yep.
waiting for that.
Yep.
So you do it.
Uh,
Like with this Ultimate Warrior coming out, where he's going to be the Dingo Warrior, for example.
yeah.
I think to me that's a moment, like because that's the first time I saw him was him coming out as the Dingo Warriors dude with paint and a mustache and growling towards the ring and then knocking a guy out with a clothesline. Like that's what I so yeah, go with the moments, man.
And then the last thing on this list of toy news, Berkshire Hathaway has acquired our company Jazzwares. This is from Jeremy Padower. It's been an awesome ride. Toys, collectibles, and the business of play. Today, we're number 4, Toyco, with Pokemon, Roblox, Squishmallows, Fortnite, AEW, many other iconic brands. He's going to continue as the chief brand officer. Maybe this is why we haven't gotten a lot of news on AEW figs as of late. Berkshire Hathaway, though, like I didn't really know a lot about them. My sister-in-law, this is weird, not weird, but just random that I'm talking about this on this podcast. My sister-in-law worked for Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate. But I'm looking at them right now. They're a multinational conglomerate company. So I guess they have their hands in a lot of different things. So now they got their hands in in toys, and Warren Buffett is a 30% owner. I did not know that. So
well, I mean, because I think did somebody put this article in our chat or something? Like I saw an article this week about how that basically adults buying toys is a big market now. Like it's a market. So I think now you have this credible company that's like, yeah, we're getting in on this. AEW figures. See, that I just kind of worry that, like, what if they are looking at how we were all excited about them when they first came out, and they were hard to find. Now it's like I can get whatever AEW figure I want, except for like of course the chases are supposed to be hard to find, and they are.
Yeah,
but the other figures you can walk right into. You can probably in an afternoon get the series,
get the whole
right
set.
now.
Yeah. So I'll have to see what happens with that down the line. Other news here: The Rock is out as Black Adam. You're the Black Adam expert. You're the comic expert on this podcast. The movie expert. What are your thoughts on this, man? Is it a done deal? Is Rock done with DC and he's going to move on to Marvel? Is he just done with just DC? What's your what do you think the next move here is?
Well, so The Rock actually made a post. I guess he didn't want people just sitting there speculating.
Assuming? He wouldn't want somebody to assume? That's weird.
So he said, he and $7 and and DC are still going to work. He says they're still going to work together. They're like Black Adam is just not part of the first wave of DC stories.
Yeah,
is basically what he says. He's friends with James Gunn. He has no problem with James Gunn. Does not mean that Black Adam is just gone. It just means that he's not part of this first wave of stories.
Yeah.
So that's what he says. I'm going to take his word for it because in the right storytelling, yeah, you can have a Black Adam character. I think most people just like I heard like Phil saw the movie and and so what put him off is that like you have a guy that is charismatic as The Rock playing Black Adam who hardly says anything. Black Adam doesn't, like, when you even read the books, he doesn't say a lot. He just jacks people up.
Yeah.
Which is what I personally like about the character. But hey, so so some people, it didn't go off well. For most people, I thought it was a decent movie. If you walked in there again, I think like we talk about, I think people walk into movies expecting, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but there's a lot of work that went into a movie like Avengers Endgame. There's a lot of characters, a lot of characters that had a lot of lead up to this moment, right?
Yep.
They did 10 years of stuff to get you to Endgame. This
Right,
was just
right.
his origin movie. This is just the origin movie for Black Adam. It's not gonna be this whole grandioso thing that's gonna happen. And that's
great
what
point.
yeah, and I think as Marvel fans, like we've become a little spoiled because that is the Marvel recipe. Like you have a bunch, like if you think about it, you have a bunch of people that jump into people's like Spider-Man has damn near another Avengers movie.
Right.
Captain America, absolutely, like the last two Captain Americas are Avengers movies. Like the Avengers are in his movie, right?
Yep.
So, so that's what we're used to, and that's what we're judging all of this on. And then everybody has these harsh takes on it. Like everybody becomes these harsh critics all of a sudden, and it's just like, yeah, the movie wasn't that bad. Like I went with two people that have no idea about comic books, and they had a good time.
Yeah.
So, and that's all, like these are popcorn eating action movies. These are
Right.
not, this ain't The Godfather.
I haven't watched Black Adam yet. I haven't seen it. I think it starts streaming. I think it's
HBO Max now. Yep.
I was gonna say I think it just started streaming like this week. So I might have to check it out. And then NFL, man. Oh, what the fuck were the Patriots doing? Dude, I've watched that play. First I watched the touchdown that they
You guys did a Raiders.
That shouldn't have been a touchdown. I think I said it to you that we got tuck ruled, man. That touchdown to tie the game should not have been a touchdown. The NFL somehow didn't have the same view as TV. What is that? What does that mean? How do NFL owns the TV rights? How do they not have the same view that TV does? Anyway, I digress because the last play of that fucking game, I've literally watched it probably 50 times just trying to figure out like what. All right, so we're tied. Let's throw a lateral, and that's obviously
With time expired.
With time expired, right? Just go out of bounds. Play overtime.
Right.
I just don't know. And then Jacoby Myers gets the ball, and if you watch that video, which I'm sure you've watched it a couple of times too, who the fuck is he throwing to? There is not one Patriot anywhere near Chandler Jones. And then
that's who he's trying to throw it to.
Thinks he's going to tackle Chandler Jones. I met Chandler Jones in person probably 10 years ago at this point, and he is a giant man. He is a giant man. Mac Jones, not a giant man,
right? Thinks
he's going to tackle him.
Well, I'm sorry. I think he was trying to throw it like he in his mind. Oh, I'm about to throw this back to Matt Jones. And he's probably behind the line of scrimmage, and he can make another throw, like a forward throw. Like I think that's what he was thinking in this moment. But
what a stupid thought!
And it was like I'm like, wait, they're not going to take the overtime. Like that's what I'm thinking as they're lateraling. Like before anything crazy happened, I'm like, wait, why are they lateraling? Just go to overtime.
Yeah.
And then he threw that shit, and Chandler Jones was running down the field, and.
Dude, we were out running errands and stuff. And a kid had a hockey game, and we were like doing stuff after it. And I'm like checking the score, and I'm like, oh, cool, Pats are winning. I check the score. Oh shit, it's tied. And then my phone starts blowing up, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
Right. No, me and Athena and the girls, we went we went on a train. Like, hey, let's go. They have this train ride that you can get on, and it goes through the woods, and they're like, it's winter solstice, so you see the winter solstice Santa and all that. And then I get off the train, and then I get the I have the close game alert on from Apple TV. I'm like, what are they talking about? And I click on it. I'm like, what? It's about to go to overtime. And then, oh God,
You're thinking, shit, man, I got to send Tommy some coffee. And then it goes in a matter of seconds. It goes, oh shit, I'm getting some coffee.
Right. I was like, I was totally like, I was totally like, I'm going to have to buy some damn Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Dude, that is the dumbest football play I've ever seen in my life.
That's what everybody has been saying. Like that was probably
35 years of watching football is the dumbest play I've ever seen in my life.
I still say just because of what game it was still the deciding to pass in the Seattle Patriot game.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Just because this was like a regular season game with two teams that like probably should not go to the playoffs.
Right. Neither team's winning the Super Bowl.
Right. So they, I think both teams should get the draft pick. But that was the Super Bowl. You had Beast Mode, who had just run he was on a roll. Like, every time they handed him the ball, it was at least 12 yards.
Right. Even if the Pats know it's coming, there's stopping
nothing
him.
They could do. Yeah.
Right.
So we were already at the place I was watching, we were ready to watch. We were like, damn, he's going to be MVP of the Super Bowl. And this is the Bay Area. So he's from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
We're like, damn, he's about to go up there and probably say some Oakland stuff right now. This is what we're talking about. He drops back the pass. What are you doing? Oh, it's intercepted. Yeah, that to me was the dumbest play in football history.
This is close.
But yeah, you got raided. Like, I'm used to the Raiders losing in some kind of crazy fashion. Index cards in between yardsticks and stuff.
Yep. Oh, so bad. The World Cup, man. That World Cup game. Woo! I'm not a huge soccer guy. I do like watching the World Cup. I think I might have said it on here before. It was hard for me to get into the World Cup this year. I don't know if it's a holiday season.
Just a lot of sports going on
because it was in Qatar. Like, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, like subconsciously or whatever. But it was hard for me to get into. But man, that game, I put it on. Me and my kid were watching it. We were both playing video games while we're watching it. Like, we had it up on the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like back and forth. We're both like stopping what we're doing to watch it.
Right.
Then it goes to penalty kicks. Just such a good game. Congratulations to Messi. I think he's the GOAT. You don't.
I do not.
But that's okay. We can be different.
So I put it this way. It's kind of like a basketball thing where, like, if you like somebody right now that says LeBron, and it's like, okay, I don't think LeBron's a GOAT, but he's at least in the conversation. He's not like some player that has no business in the conversation. So I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, this guy named Pele existed.
Yeah.
If you don't know, go look it up. Like, his numbers and everything that he did is well beyond. Like, this is the first time Messi's even shown up in the World Cup.
Right.
Okay. Usually Messi sucks in the World Cup. This was the first time, and it's his last World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. In this game, he wasn't even like this game. Keep in mind, Mbappe scored 4 goals.
True.
Okay. So he wasn't even the top scorer in this game. Okay, going against the other guy, the guy that has an argument as best player right now. So, which I think he kind of proved it, in my opinion. France going into the World Cup was missing a couple players, by the way. To not get too technical, but one guy is Pogba, who is their midfielder. That's the reason why, if you watch the game, Argentina was taken over in the midfield. Like, they could, the France for a long time could not even touch the ball in the midfield. That's why. But great game. Like, they got it. For a long time, Argentina's only had that one World Cup with Maradona. You had people jumping on the team. Like, they had to continue the championship parade with the team in helicopters because the bus could not get through the towns. Like, people were trying to jump in the in the bus. So from freeway overheads trying to jump into the bus with no roof on it. So they had to do it in the helicopter. Which I get it, man. Like you waited this long for to win the World Cup and you finally do it. Were you about to ask something about U.S. soccer?
No. It's a shame that U.S. never makes it. That's all.
Only in women's. Like, they're defending their title this year, but I'm gonna say, like, for the soccer fans out there that are gonna watch this, I think the world is kind of caught it. Like, I'm not saying they're not gonna win, but I'm saying it's gonna be tougher this time. Like, the other women have caught up. Like, they have. I don't think the women won the gold in the Summer Olympics, if I'm mistaken.
I don't think they did either, actually. Now that you say that.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, they're gonna have to fight. Like, this is gonna be a fight for them to win this cup if they win it. For the men, it's tough, man. Like, because just think, this is the number one sport everywhere else. Imagine if our best athletes played soccer. Okay, so imagine like Ja Morant and Kobe. Kobe Bryant played soccer. What's his name? OBJ played soccer. Like, imagine if they were out there, instead of the guys that we have out there. It would be a totally different story. And that's what we're going against. We're going against the other country's best athletes are playing the sport. Jamaica, even when you don't make the soccer, like, it's soccer first, and if you don't make the soccer team, you end up running track. So those guys that we're seeing run track, this was their second sport. So that's the difference. That is the difference.
That's crazy. I do, like I said, man, I do like soccer when I watch it. I don't pay attention to it unless it's like the World Cup. I'm your typical meme where it's like Americans love soccer until US is out of it or whatever, and it's just.
And what's hilarious, so you are the perfect example of, like, you're a hockey fan.
Yep.
And then so the game that's basically hockey.
It's not hockey,
and you're not watching, like, the rules and everything, like offsides and all that, is in a goalie and a goal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
It's not.
But you're not hitting. Like, you're not going to get hit like in soccer and pick up your teeth and keep playing. Like, that's not the kind of game it is. But I'm saying the technical part, the formations and everything are hockey. Like, it's the same thing. So that's why that part of it, it's like, man, you don't like soccer?
I hear you. All right, let's get to some weekly purchases here. I've got a handful of things, not a ton, but I got the Jeff Jarrett Zombie Sailor toy retro in the mail. This thing is amazing. It looks fantastic. If you guys missed out on these, you're gonna be kicking yourself, I think, because it is phenomenal. I'm so glad I bought this. And then from Dean Wireman, our social media machine, he hooked it up. We have they had a Secret Santa and another group that we're in, and he ended up being my Secret Santa. He sent me PGA Tour 2K23 for the PlayStation 5. I actually just started playing it this morning. It's so far so good. I dig it, man. So far, definitely got to get a little bit further into it, but I like that there's a Top Golf mode. That's pretty cool. You can act like you're playing at Top Golf, which I love.
Yeah, you can even connect that because the last time I went to Top Golf, they had something where you can, if you entered your EA, like whatever name you use for EA.
Yep.
And your score translate. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll have to make a note of that next time there isn't one. The closest one here is New Jersey. So, like, I really only go when I'm in other parts of the country. Mm-hmm. They're building one in Mass, I think, next year. We have like the simulators, which definitely are not the same. But my kid's got a hockey tournament in New Jersey coming up in January, so I'm gonna try to sneak off with some of the dads to that.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Honestly, maybe bring the kids, because that's a good time for them. And then we got 2 new additions to our family. 2 brand new 6-week-old half French Bulldog, half pugs. Marshy, which is named after the Bruins' Brad Marchand, even though she's a girl. And Bossy, which is short for Boston. 2 French Bulldog pug girls. I did not name either one of them. My kid and my wife did. Just for the record.
No Matilda.
And they are chilling downstairs right now. Got them last night. So 2 new additions to our family. We're dog people, man. Love dogs. Humankind does not deserve dogs.
That's funny. That's probably what most of us need.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you got?
I bought gifts for people.
I was gonna say the rest of it is pretty much gifts.
But... Yeah, I bought gifts, and now I need to, We're gonna me, Athena, and the girls are gonna, like you said, we're gonna drive to LA and go party with people.
Nice.
So that's where my money went and is going. But let's see, let's see where gifts go and everything.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty satisfied though. Like there's not a whole lot of figures I think I need at the moment.
Yeah, same here.
And then there's stuff I bought and pre-order, so that'll be, probably momentarily. Like they probably wanted to wait for after I bet a lot of stuff will end up coming out in January, I bet.
Yep. All right, that's it for this week. Time for the run in rundown, guys. This is just a quick reminder of who you need to follow. Oh no, before we get to that, I'm sorry. What you watching, man? I'm still stuck on Better Call Saul. I'm in season 3 right now. I'm loving it. There's some like we said before, man. There's some callbacks to Breaking Bad. Really am just ready, just enjoying it. Just enjoying it, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I am doing so I watched the whole season of the whole new season of Last Chance U on Netflix. If you haven't watched this, I think anybody that's a sports fan or like even if you played a sport, you'll like this series. This last series is basketball at East LA College, Community College.
Yep.
And I'm gonna see Avatar on, like, we want to do that during the whole Christmas trip here.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Me and my kid are gonna go during Christmas break. He's actually got a hockey tournament during that week, but I'm gonna try to find time to go with him like after the games or whatever. So and make it happen. He loves Avatar. We loved that ride in Disney, man. It was so cool.
Right.
Both of them. There's like the river ride, then Navi River ride, and then the Flight of Passage. It's just very, very cool stuff. So. All right, now for real, it's time for our shout-outs, the Run and Rundown. Make sure you check out the Fig Cave podcast. That is Nikki Choke and Phil Gentile giving you all your action figure news. You got Kenny over at the Call Up, Gorilla Brain podcast, the Pro Wrestling podcast, of course, Wrestling Collector Shop. We're about to celebrate 1 year of Wrestling Collector Shop being a sponsor, so thank you to them.
Nice.
Homage, J&J Toys on Whatnot, Barrios Toys, and Figure Collections, of course. They're, I think, over a year at this point, so shout out to them as well. You guys can follow everything you need is at runinpod.com, including all our social media handles. I'm not going to run through them all. You guys can find them at runinpod.com. You can also vote for the 2002 Runnies. I just casted my votes. You guys can do yours now over at runinpod.com. Superstar of the year, female superstar of the year, tag team of the year, match of the year, premium live event of the year, figure line of the year, independent figure line of the year. Go check it out. Make your picks. We will have Mike Lanham on next week with us to go over all our picks or all your picks and the winners. And we will also go over our wild predictions we made for 2022 and see which one of those came true. And we'll make some more wild predictions for 2023. DJ, you want to pimp out your social media or tell them to fuck off and they can find it on runinpod.com?
Well, damn. That's Fig Night 27, FIGKNIGHT 27 on Twitter, on the Instagram, and on Twitch. Just started, like, I finished one character of Gotham Knights and so I'm taking a slight break to play, like, I had gotten Gran Turismo during the Black Friday.
Ooh, nice.
So I've been trading paint on Gran Turismo, and then I'll go back to some more.
I've been playing my kid suggested Wreckfest. It's on PlayStation Plus. And so he watches like a YouTube guy play it, and we downloaded it, and I've been loving that, man. I've been playing a lot of that, and I don't feel so old here. I should have mentioned this when we were doing What You Watching. I started doing World of Chell in NHL 23, where it's like you make a character and you play like these random tournaments and stuff, and you unlock stuff. It's not quite Ultimate Team. I'm not into that yet, but I'm into this World of Chell thing where I make my own player and play online with people and stuff like that. So
that works.
Getting into it. That's how you get the Mighty Ducks jerseys in that, and the Hawks. So having some fun with doing that. So, and then Pats just won the Super Bowl in Madden 23 against the Rams.
Yeah. And the Hot Wheels game is actually a sleeper too.
Oh yeah, my kid downloaded that on PlayStation Plus. He loves that. He loves
Yeah, that game's a sleeper. Like, I was like, wait, this is kind of fun.
that. I was gonna get him that on Switch and ended up not getting it, but not yet anyway. So, yeah, that's it for this week's episode, guys. Episode number 114. Hope you guys have a great Christmas, holidays. Take some time, enjoy yourselves. Be nice to each other while you're out there getting those last minute gifts. Thanks for taking us along for the ride in 2022. We'll be back next week with our year-end Runnies extravaganza. Merry Christmas, you freaks and geeks.
Yes, be careful on them roads.